Hello and welcome on this guide on how to connect OBS as your main video switcher in Visual Radio Assist. On the left I have a running instance of OBS with 3 example scenes in it. For example, I want to trigger the mic 1 when somebody starts speaking in the audio manager of Visual Radio Assist. And to do that I go to the cloud environment of Visual Radio Assist and go to the advanced server settings for the video studio, and I go there to the video switcher settings. Within the video switcher settings, I can add multiple connections of multiple video switcher types, which means that I can combine, for example, vMix, ATEM and OBS instances all together. For now, I'm gonna add a new OBS connection, but I can also add like 3 different OBS connections if I want to. To add the OBS connection, I go back to OBS, go to Tools and WebSocket Server Settings. What's really important about the WebSocket server is that since version 27 of OBS, the WebSocket is built in, so you don't have to add any extra plugins. So the supported version of the connection with Visual Radio Assist and OBS is version 27 or later. I'm gonna enable the built-in WebSocket server, and there is a section about authentication as well, server port 4455, and the connection info shows our server password, which is set up automatically. The server IP is also something to remember, especially if you have a distributed setup. And the authentication I'm gonna disable for now, but you can enable it when you are, for example, in a firewall situation where you really have to secure this connection to OBS. Back in the cloud dashboard, I now know that the server is enabled on the same machine. I have the core, Visual Radio Assist core running here, and OBS in the same Windows machine setting. So localhost is fine, but if I have a system which is way more distributed, for example, a beefy OBS machine which is on the other side of the building, I have to use a LAN IP here. Enable this new connection. I've verified that the port is 4455, and after saving the configuration, you see that Visual Radio Assist is enabling the OBS connection right away. You can verify if the connection is really working by going into the logging, where there is a connection attempt for OBS #1, and the connection is successful by the PGM state, which was communicated to Visual Radio Assist. But if the connection is not working, you will see that in the logging as well, why it is disconnected and what was the reason behind that. And if you have any other connection issues, you can always contact support in the cloud dashboard. After the successful connection with OBS, you can test it right away by clicking the 3 red buttons here. But you see that it is really dangerous to click those buttons, because after clicking, I am changing what is on stream right away. So I really advise users always to toggle the studio modus, where you will toggle OBS in a more traditional switcher way with a preview and a program bus. And there is a more safe way to trigger some things on the program. Visual Radio Assist will know that you enabled the studio modus right away. So triggering things in Visual Radio Assist is a lot safer as well. And within the cloud dashboard, in the live switcher page, you can also trigger things with a more confirmation way, checking some things on preview and going live if I'm ready for it. The last thing I want to show you is adding or changing information in OBS. For example, new test scene. I've added it and it is available in Visual Radio Assist to trigger it right away. And if I can change some content in this scene, it is more visible that I really am changing the previous scene, for example. Or if I have made a change to the test scene, I can put that change live in the usual OBS Studio modus way as I'm used to. So this was the guide on how to connect with OBS in Visual Radio Assist and make your Visual Radio setup more automated. Make sure to check out the other guides as well, and I'll see you around in the Visual Radio Cloud.